Hey YouTube, it's August 17th, 2022. I'm hanging out here in the back sunroom, but it's raining, and wanted to go back through some comments. I think this is good to do like once a month, to go back through and kind of read some things that caught my eye. I'm not gonna make this fancy and do like graphics or even cut out the comments. I'm just gonna read them as they are. So, sit with that. And if you haven't already, like and subscribe. I'm gonna do another video on aerosol masking soon, just kind of like a run through over. So if you like this content, please feel free to donate to the PayPal donation link below. You can put in your credit card, or I think they can accept another form of currency on there. PayPal is diversifying lately. So I'm gonna go back through again this August 17th and just pick some of my favorite comments. No particular order, but I guess I'll start most recent to back. Just a few minutes ago, Here We Are Now, Entertain Us, said, my orchard is a catastrophe this year. Apple and walnut trees, pollinators just didn't show up. I remember a time not long ago, maybe 10 years, while driving in the country, my car would end up covered with bugs. Nowadays, my wipers are almost useless. The speed of change just blows my mind. We're in a hell of a delusion not to notice any of this. No joke, we live among a sea of zombies. It's Dawn of the Dead every single day. Oh no. Taking a look around the streets. Nice car, nice boobs. What a very astute comment. I like it all the way around. A lot of people bring up no bugs on their windshields. That's a pretty obvious thing that I even catch some boomers and deniers off guard by. And the zombie comparing us to see Dawn of the Dead, just great comment. Just a few minutes before that, Lone Wanderer says, humanity is in a bargain phase. This denial might go away as the food and water disappear, which is happening ahead of schedule. Yeah, and I am consistently surprised by talking to laymen, or what I would otherwise consider like normies, figuring out that 2026, is kind of around in the next 3 to 4 years, we're going to see like just consecutive crop failures, and shit go really bad for that. Sorry, the cat and the dog are in here. Rebel says, I'm coming, fire up the stove for some boomer meat sauce. Almost 2%. That's a rough estimate of how many intelligent people there are in any given area. God, I could just keep going. I have so many great comments. Von Monty said, it's going to get too hot, John. He said, so 125 by 2040, meaning 150, actually. Yeah. And Live Your Life says, this is why Musk and Bezos are trying to get off this planet. Shaking my head. Only the super rich will get to go. I don't think that's accurate, man. I think Musk wants to repopulate the planet. That's his whole MO lately, is talking about underpopulation. So he wants to just pop out a bunch of babies, and he did recently with someone else, right? That Dread 138 said, Dead Planet 2099, woohoo, smoke them if you got them. No, more like 2030, dude. You don't understand exponential. Batha Sabeda says, did you seriously take down my comment about the human overpopulation? Oh my god, tell me you didn't. No, I didn't. I definitely keep comments about overpopulation. Penguin C Lance says, go me lad. Whatever you do, don't do the military. Stop. I always knew not to do the fucking military. And anybody who went and signed up for that stupid dog shit march into death, I pity them. They came back with a traumatic brain injury, or, you understand the Afghanistan war, like that was going on for 14, 18, how long? 20 years? Fuck, dude, trillions of dollars. And I was like, no, that's not a war. If there was Hitler trying to colonize Europe, I might want to go try to cap his ass. An economic draft, so to speak. Yeah, that's what it is. Peace without war. They make, you're so poor and destitute, they get you. I know. Well, I knew some friends that were like up to their ears in bills. Legal troubles. This one really perplexed me. I'm having a hard time digesting this. I think it's just some, just arrogant, narcissist little troll living in a basement. Tales from this crypt, with like a skull, smoking a cigarette with weed. I mean, look, maybe you smoke weed, but maybe you're overthinking. He says, I don't know which camp I fall into in your mind. Let me get these. I don't know which camp I fall in your mind, though I can guess, but just trying to point out that the current narrative is pretty much a secular retelling of old fire and brimstone narratives from ages gone by. Guys, we gotta dissect this shit. It's so weird. With quite a dose of "and it's all our fault" thrown in. Blaming ourselves for a situation we had no choice but to be born into seems to be a somewhat futile way to spend whatever time we have left. Which, due to nested infinities, whatever the fuck that means, may in fact be all the time in the world. What the fuck are you talking about? I'm not trying to be cocky, just saying there are always different perspectives to any given situation. Fire and brimstone narratives? What the fuck are you talking about? It's all our fault? It is all our fault. I'm just the messenger, dude, saying data and evidence. This is what happened. Overpopulation, civilization's a heat engine. We knew since fucking 19th century that carbon emissions would be causing this. Well, we had every chance in the beginning to reorientate ourselves toward the future and sacrifice, but we're myopic at very, very worst. And I'm not blaming to be born into. Well, you know, I have a fucking right to care about my future. Nested infinities may in fact be all the time in the world. Different perspectives? Yeah, sure, there's different perspectives. Here's the perspective, here's the only perspective. We knew carbon emissions, greenhouse gases would cause global warming in the 19th century. We made no adjustments or course corrections for over 120 fucking years. There's your perspective, bro. Tales from the Crypt. I hope you unsubscribe. Les M, though agreeing with me, I'll move on. AI will perform at human level or above in the near future, and robots will be AI control, which will accomplish practically anything humans can do physically, which means that humans will no longer be needed in almost every traditional line of work. Dude, we won't even make it to 2030 without our modern form of civilization collapsing, dude. What, are you thinking we'll suddenly have the singularity in the next 3 or 4 years? I don't think so. Some people will have jobs working for people if they're sociable, entertaining, but if millions of people can't find work that pays, we'll have massive unemployment and societal breakdown if massive change doesn't happen quickly. No, yeah, we're not doing shit. We're not putting any places in... Dude. And there won't even be robots helping people, dude, because our factories will close. Did you just see in China, worst heat wave in 60 years? They had to shut down a lot of factories. Just for like a couple days heat wave, man. That's actually been lasting a long time, but dude, no. Thank you, though, you know. Drought is getting really bad here in New Jersey, the wheels. Les M, you said something again. How long have you been subscribed? A year. Damn, dude. I didn't even know that. This condition was in my friendly warning about the future. This condition was inevitable. Any responsible oil company executive that chose to limit production can be canned for not being financially responsible to the shareholders. If he or she quit, would be replaced by someone who do the job correctly. Right? Exactly. It was pinned to be a person to take charge and, like, you know, make everyone happy all the time. Here's one that I like, is like a concept from Shrunken Simon. I regret ever saying that. Man-made climate change is a lie, though. The ruling class are using it as justification to enforce global tyranny. Here's this sheep mentality I'm talking about. This is a repetitive, constant theme through all deniers, is that there's some kind of alternate scheme. Yes, in fact, I'll agree with you. There was always an alternate scheme, which was to rape and pillage you of all your resources and extract as much energy, time, and money out of you. Always, since medieval era, bro. Since serfs. Okay, so this is nothing new. Though the statement that man-made climate change is a lie, though, that is very far off base. Very far off base. Delusional. Yeah, and then you try to give a reason. The unbalanced weather is a result of deforestation and urbanization disturbing the hydrological cycle. Unbalanced weather? Is that what you call the climate? Oh, just because we cut down trees and made cities? Yeah, it's that. But it's way more complicated, way more additional to that. Yes. Because of humans. Because we did it. We did all that. It's like, your logic doesn't line up here. You're saying it's a tyranny, but you're saying these things which can only be man-made are actually causing the problem. So you're contradicting yourself. Moving on. Can you count to 5 on your fingers? Is the sky green? Do you even know how to verify information? Some guy says, you guys want to start a cult that wears purple shoes? You mean subscribe? I don't know what you mean by that. Peter Choice, I thank you for being subscribed to my channel. You are a legend. I plan on being here for a while longer than everyone else because I have a huge room of cans fully stocked. I just want to have the last laugh. I'm going to give you a love on that comment. Me too. Von Monty, quote, gives a movie quote, "May our children forgive us," from Bill Pullman, Independence Day. Okay, Dale Wolver, Jeff, thanks for sharing my video. Dale, food chain is going to show big problems this fall and next spring. Europe, Asia, and South America is in huge trouble due to droughts. Migrants, even internally, will not be welcomed in areas already saturated with unemployed and starving people. That's a fact. And in this comment, I think it's a highlight of this video. Julie, you've been subscribed to me for a week. Please stay subscribed. I have a lot of back content you can go through. I'm not exactly proud of some of it as more than others, but either way, that was me as an artist and creator evolving, to the state. Anyone who starts out their first year in YouTube, unless you have prior experience in like some serious acting or news broadcast journalism, your first year is going to be pretty shaky. That's a fact. Julie, we're all screwed. My garden is dying in front of my eyes. 40 degrees Celsius in UK a few weeks ago. My apples are dropping now in the month of August. I'm in my 60s, but I see it, feel it, and I'm living it. This comment hit me. That was profound. That video, this guy was saying he was preaching the gospel, and I thought he said something else. Then from Hinton, there is no way to stop runaway global warming at this very moment. There is a way, it's to spend $50 billion a year spraying non-ozone depleting aerosols into the atmosphere, which will cool the planet down enough to refreeze the Arctic, which means tipping points stop, CO2 levels stabilize. Dude, that's a far ask. I mean, potentially, it's plausible, but man, you'd have to redo our entire ecosystem. All of our ecosystems will suddenly go through a shock because they're adapting to the 1.2 degrees, and then you shock ecosystems like that. Global average temperature, dude, that was going to have massive repercussions, no doubt. It's not going to be an easy and pretty experiment. It's hypothetical at best, but I like your thinking. Lots of thank yous from you guys. I appreciate that. Below, been subscribed to me for a year. I said we're the most ignorant species in the known universe. And I'm gonna read. Yeah, I'm going to read this. He says, if ignorance were chained to a generator, we'd be laughing. Fish are overheating and dying off in lakes in Ireland. 30 degrees Celsius is strange, not just hot. Climate is barely noticeable, but on the news cycle, and the old farts are screaming at their screens. And stupid fucks will pivot endlessly to say that carbon cuts, as hopeless as they are, will hurt farmers. But they never say which ones. The millionaires who bought off the land from the families who have given up their tradition are the 50% of Irish farmers who are in less than £10,000 per year without European CAP subsidies. So the little guy is getting screwed. No one's talking about the real issue. I get your comment. And then, I just want to say this kind of weird shit go on. Because he has a channel. Look, man, we don't need to be going to each other's channels and trolling unless it's out of fun. You know what I'm saying? Have some etiquette. Collapsing with Casey said 6 days ago, Reagan, you clearly still do not get it. There will be tiny pockets of humans beyond 20. You say there will be tiny pockets of humans beyond 2026 to 2030. Simply impossible. The Arctic ice is almost gone. I agree. We've already broken the planet. I agree. You still do not understand the exponential nor the aerosol masking effect. I'll do a whole fucking video on it. We know that we rise by at least a degree, so the whole system goes cattywampus fucking fast. Pockets of humans will remain? You are kidding yourself. Hey, dude, Doomsday Bunker's been purchased up in hella amounts last year. What is it, a cult over there with you guys? Seriously, you gotta have a leader figure and come and... Nah, that's not real respectable behavior. Okay? Not good YouTube etiquette. I want to read a long comment from Sandra, but it's really, really philosophical. Yeah, that's part of that. I've stated that since the beginning. Nate is awesome. Nate is awesome. What a I want my channel should be Reagan is awesome. I'm just kidding. He said no. I wanted the spectrum of climate awareness. I think deniers just need to be shot on the spot by now, and we need to destroy property. And there's going to be people killing, just like Ministry of the Future. There's going to be people killing like fucking cows around the world. He says no. Don't shoot the deniers and climate blinds. And I don't want to go to jail right now. Allow them to live so that they suffer through the very thing they denied, ignored. That's a big motivator, man. Revenge can be a motivator if you use the energy. Not letting it get toxic, but just use it as a, that's about it. Just, keep it funny. Allow karma to do its thing. I don't know if it's necessarily karma, but don't let them die thinking they were right. Make them to live that they see where they're wrong and punished for how wrong they are. Yeah, man, I revel in that revenge for a while. It was a good, tasty brew, but you kind of dip on it sometimes. Yeah, Amelia Apocalypse, whenever you comment, it's always funny. I'll have a solar panel until it inevitably degrades and cannot be replaced. Then I'll gladly live off-grid and pour buckets of water over my head, assuming there will be that much water left. And then Primal Fish, this one's good. UK Boomer, he is. Hated capitalism all my life. Tune in, turn out, drop out, and all that. Blame the generation who did World War II. It's so boring for it all to fall apart, but yeah, wow. Unless I get knocked down by a bus, I'll see the end of the crap that I hated. I'm making a sculpture out of recycled plastic. I know it's meaningless, but it is okay because I wash and eat, and if I had nothing to do, I'd become depressed. I'm okay with dying. It's an age thing, I suppose. Favorite Bible book, Ecclesiastes, Vanity of Vanity, All is Vanity. I'm making friends with death. My peers are looking forward to retirement. That's just sad. Saw an ad, young people want to do stuff in Greenland. Might be a good idea. I like your idea to get to the caves. If I was in the States, that's what I would do. But it's never too early to contemplate death. Might as well. Yes, and the great Musashi Miyamoto said, Yamamoto, I don't know. Someone famous said, said that you should contemplate your death every day. Okay, I fucked that up. Jeff, congratulations, you're moving on 9-2 to a rural area. And it just has a few buildings. Congrats. And Lowry Appets, thanks, man, for being here all the way through. I don't even know if it doesn't even say you're subscribed. Said, you got me, we've got each other in this doomer community. That's all we have. That's all we will have, and it will do. Yes, because everyone around us prefers to keep their head in the sand. Dude, it's going to get so miserable and uncomfortable, like, by the end of this decade, dude. Look, feel the heat from 2019 to 2020. Now add out 2 years, add 4 years, like, with the exponential. Dude, it's just going to get so fucking uncomfortable. Primal Fish again, 8 days ago. When the trade breaks down and food production is screwed, that's the time you don't want to be in town. It'll be mayhem. The UK is a great urban nightmare. Oh, I can imagine. Can't often get more than a couple miles away from the nearest human infestation. And then here's another Nature Bat's last cult troll. They're out there. By the way, Guy McPherson's videos are much higher quality than this video. Your criticism is unwarranted and does not reflect the facts. Good thing that you know yourself enough that you're an opinionated ego, but I want to put that Guy McPherson's videos next to yours and do apples to apples comparison. Guys are much higher in quality. I have higher production content quality. The content is laid out more logically, and he speaks more clearly than you do. Ouch. ... But true. You need to learn what the word humility is. It also is helpful to understand the phenomenon called ego inflation. Oh, please, educate me. I've never heard about that. I'm not even going to respond. Nate, you're Canadian? One of my videos got blocked in Canada. Bodyguard says to my NASA climate scientist, if we were fucked in 5 years, can we all have an orgy? Yeah, exactly. Peter Choice, your time is short, my friend. Said soon we'll all be dead and just look back on all this and laugh. Extinction gives us a reason to live. Here's one that's really confusing. I don't necessarily. I guess some people need this. Some people need this. Channel 1 Media, I have to believe in God, otherwise life would be just meaningless. Yeah, it is meaningless. You're a little fucking speck of sand in a ginormous universe and potentially multiverses. Yes, it is insignificant. You are small. You have no consequence. There should be zero expectations. In the Old Testament, it basically says somewhere in the prophets that the world will be scorched with heat and there will be very people left. Have a great week. Well, people have been saying the world's going to be scorched for a long time. That doesn't make it true. How and what way? Yeah, the meaning of life is whatever you make it. Your meaning of life could be to go and be a mailman, okay? It's whatever. Happiness is a cookie that your brain bakes for itself. The point of life is to live because you're an organism, you're an animal in constant homeostasis, balancing and creating new cells. And then you just go into the dirt and you recycle. No point. Meaningless. But you have a few fun experiences, right? Pink Floyd, like all you see and all you are is all you ever are. Whatever. And I agree with Love LO. It took billions and trillions of infinite amounts of years of time for you to be born to live for some decades, right? To go, and then die. That's like in the time span of the universe, that you're literally your whole existence is just less than a second, a microsecond. That's a hard comparison. We can't rationalize in exponentials. So you just result to God. You just default to God mode. I don't get it. Not logical. Keep going. Lots of thanks. Compliments. Here's a good one. Primal Fish again. Playtime Politics. This is 11 days ago. Is all the rage in the UK. I've removed most of my YouTube news subscriptions. It's just too mental. I think that the rich people, if they can make a massive divide between rich and poor, it will somehow save them from the climate crisis. Yeah, I think that too. They think they can duck and dodge. Okay, Dale says, "Fuck humanity, launch the nukes." Yeah, and that would actually save us kind of in the short term. Not really. I mean, that's hypothetical, right? We have to like redo our crop. Maybe it'll mess with the prevailing winds, and if the planet was nuked, these are really deep questions to just pass over. You got to spend a lot of time learning all the intricacies. Someone telling me that like I need to not go around talking about like shooting people when they're trying to offer me advice like for climate deniers. Dude, move to fucking Arkansas. Talk to some people around here, dude. They need to go. They need to go. People talking about going to Alaska. Assholes everywhere. Assholes everywhere. Buy guns and ammo. A lot of you are grateful you wasn't born in America, but it's going to be still bad where you are. That I'm sensitive. Whatever. I have a fucking channel. You can't be sensitive and have like a channel. Okay, I'm floundering. And yeah, I'm just trying to get to 999 subs. I think this is one of my longest videos. I'm going to cut out the parts that, yeah, I wasn't chatting as much. Okay, namaste. Thank you all you guys. And maybe give me a few days, put my next upload out. I'm doing one every day, almost twice a day sometimes. It's a lot of work. See what we find out. Alrighty, thanks for watching, guys. Talk to you later.